Well, a lot of people, they have an issue with the mass deportations that's going on in this country. They act like deportations is something abnormal. They act like other countries in the world don't enforce their laws or enforce their borders. Case in point, you have a man from Denmark, and it's in Europe. I want you to hear exactly what he says, what happens in his country when you have illegal, immigrants enter.
I live in Denmark. We share a border with Germany. Now, if someone illegally crossed the border from Germany to Denmark, and if the Danish police catches you at the border, or a day, a week, 2 years later in the country, they will deport you. Every country does that. I don't even understand what the is controversial about what Trump is doing.
So you see, now that's in Denmark. It's not just Denmark. It's every country throughout the world. They have laws on their books, and no country was just sit there and let you just come in willy-nilly. You have to go get you a visa to come into people's country. And if they give you a visa, you could come. If they say no, you can't. That's the way it goes. Every country I've ever traveled to, I'll be going to Ethiopia here in another month or so. And guess what? I have to have a visa to go to Ethiopia. And if Ethiopia say, nah, you can't have a visa, guess what? I'm not going to Ethiopia. That's the way that works. You understand? Every country I've been to in the world, I needed a visa to go. You had to be checked in. You had to be saying, okay. Even when I went into Mexico, I didn't go through the airport, but we drove across, just went to some towns around there years ago. Ooh, I think the first time I went to Mexico was 25 years ago, right? And they still checked you at the Mexican border and make sure you was all good, right? So you cannot go in anybody's country and not get a visa, even if they got visa free. You still have to go check in with immigration so they can look at your passport. They see who you are. They got to stamp it. How long you gonna be here? X, Y, Z. You understand what I'm saying? So no, it's not abnormal what's going on. And our tax dollars can't afford that anyway. These people come in from their homeland swinging their foreign flags, but yet they don't want to go back to their homelands. That's just the interesting part. And so no, Trump and them not doing nothing wrong. Not on sending people back. No. They got some people that benefit from illegal immigrants. Oh, yes, they do. But the fact is, there's a lot of immigrants here who are legal immigrants. And I have no problem with legal immigration. I don't. It's the illegal. And now on top of that, it was during the Biden administration giving them so much money while FBAs is starving. FBAs need our reparations. No, we don't have no reparations for FBAs, but you sure got a lot of money for the migrants. You got that. And what you seeing all this money the government been spending on all these programs, and now these other countries crying foul, they didn't pause some payments with USAID. Oh, I seen a thing today. I think it was out of South Africa, and it was a clinic where people that got HIV and other STDs, they were paying for that. Like, why are you paying for that? The ANC and them need to go pay for that for their people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why American taxpayers need to be paying for them? We got our own people over here we need to pay for that got certain diseases. And how I feel about that, if it wasn't no, tainted blood, like a blood transfusion or nothing like that, and you went laid down with somebody, of course, if they didn't violate you and they had that disease or whatever, right? But I'm talking about a lot of these people get it through consensual relations. Why should we have to pay for it as taxpayers? But if I'm going to pay for something, let's pay for it for Americans, not people overseas. I'm sorry. No, I don't want none of our money going overseas unless it's an even exchange. Like, okay, well, you give you money, then you're getting some sort of resources, access. In other words, it has to be mutual. And a lot of this stuff was going on with these people has not been mutual. It just hasn't. But yeah. Immigration is something that's throughout the world. And I don't know why they demonize Trump about it, because he's just really following what any other country has done throughout the world.